Hey guys, Jab here, and today I'm bringing you my first MOAB gameplay. It was really difficult to get this. I wasn't expecting it off the bat, and I guess I got around a 10 kill streak with just my weapon because I was running the specialist, and I decided, hey, I'm close as it is, I might as well just go ahead and try to get it. And I do manage to pull it off, but then I got knifed right after. What I'm using is the specialist setup. My initial things that I'm beginning with is an ACR silence. I'm using the 5.7 pistol as my secondary. I'm using Scavenger Pro, Quick Draw Pro, and Dead Silence Pro as my first 3 kill streaks. And then as I move into the specialist package, I am using Hardline, Sleight of Hand, and Assassin. The reason why I use Quick Draw for my first second tier perk is because I have to have it. I really need that quick aim down sight. I can give up my speed reload for extra ammo, but when it comes to getting into gunfights, I have to have my quick draw because I really don't like spraying from the hip and then taking that little bit of extra time just to zoom in. I like to go straight in for that accuracy. Then I move on to hardline. That way, after I get my 2 kill streaks, when I get hardline, I only have to get 1 more kill in order to get my second specialist perk drop, which is Sleight of Hand. That's when I get into, I need to get faster reloads. I'm trying to get this in. I'm trying to move along. And then my third is Assassin. I really don't like using Assassin, but when it comes down to the Specialist pack, you're not going for these high kill streak rewards where you're getting chopper gunners, you're getting juggernaut suits, and all this other stuff. You're going for the gun kills, the gun skill is all you're using. So Assassin is my third specialist perk that I get, and then it moves into the overall specialist. Hardline also helps, and you're gonna have it regardless when you're running the specialist package. It's gonna help you get that MOAB 1 kill earlier. Right now, all the videos I've seen of other people's getting the MOAB, they're also running the specialist package, but they're running it in different orders. I have this other order that I also run. I kind of like to go with like a P90 and then a SCAR or ACR as my secondary. I'll have to run overkill though in order to do it, but it does help when you get into those engagements. You can either go short range and take out as many enemies as you can, like in buildings or whatever, and then if you have to go long range in order to get some more kills, you can. Now in this match, being my first MOAB, I did have teammates who were helping me out. I had one guy in my party who was running the recon drone, which helped a lot, especially since the other team, you're going to see this MOAB gameplay is a little bit campy, or I prefer defensive, considering the fact the other team was non-stop rushing. They were really, really aggressive. I was really the only one on my team not dying. And we did have to go through a host migration 3 times. Or, my bad, we went through a host migration twice. One was immediately followed. I don't know if they were just leaving because they didn't like how the game was going, or they saw that maybe I was going for the MOAB and they didn't want to be a part of it. But the other team was rushing really hard, so I decided to pull back, be a bit more defensive. That way I could take out the enemies. You'll see that I'll shift from cover to cover quite frequently. There's actually a portion in this video where I'm seeing a lot of people come at me once, and you'll see me retreat. 3 people come up the sideway, and instead of trying to take them all on at once, whereas it would result in my death, I decided to retreat and then try to pick them off one by one, which in the end worked out. Another thing that helped in this gameplay was the fact that one of my teammates was running the recon juggernaut suit, which really was good for me considering the fact of it had like a mobile motion sensor / radar thing going on. So what I would do is I would stay back far enough to where I could pick off the enemies going after him, while him showing me the people in the area so I wouldn't get flanked. So I'd keep my back to a corner and then shift around the map little by little, which in turn was a big help. I mean, but the recon drone was really good helping lead up to that juggernaut though. He was able to pick up all the people who were running assassin coming after me, because we were communicating really well in this game. Because I told him I was getting up around 15, 16. He was like, alright, here we go. We got to start pulling back a little bit more. So his recon drone helped me out. And as you're seeing right now, here's where the recon drone started coming out in order to where I could help use its abilities to help me further my kill streak. Coming up soon is where you're actually going to see the 3 people try to rush around the corner. I was going to try to take out the first person, but you never, ever, when you're in that situation like that, don't try to take out the first person and then run away. If you see those 3 people coming, try to get cover immediately. You need to get as much space as you can between him and yourself, and you need to get some cover too. So what I did is I basically bounced around this pile for a little bit, trying to get my grip on the situation. They were steadily rushing. I mean, being kill confirmed, I was trying to use the tags to bait the people, which worked a little bit, but having my teammate use the recon drone really helped me out. The assassins were just constantly coming at us, and I really couldn't do nothing about it but except pull back. And I have had many close calls this game. I had people try to knife me. Luckily, they failed. I had an airstrike called right on top of me, but I managed to get away by, say, 5 or 10 feet, so I was able to survive. I'm telling you guys, getting the MOAB is really difficult. For some reason, it seems easier to me, though, to get MOABs compared to nukes in Modern Warfare 2, considering the fact that the nuke, you had to get all these kill streaks, and then Modern Warfare 2, you were going to get nuke tubed or commando lunged. But in this game, I guess it comes from when I used to play PC games where it was nothing but gun skill. So I mean, it feels good taking on the enemies with your gun instead of going after kill streaks. I mean, lately I have been either running support with either recon drone, UAVs, and stealth bombers just for the more practical gun skill while helping to get radar up. But the specialist package is really fun in my opinion. I use it a lot. It depends on how I feel at the time of what I'm going to run. If I'm going to run the overkill setup, I'm more than likely going to be rushing real heavily. That way I can pick up the close range and then take out the long range. If I'm going to go for MOABs, I'm probably going to continue to run this setup. The ACR silence is extremely accurate, and having kick helped a lot. I'm going to attempt to try to do this on every map in Modern Warfare 3. That is my goal. After this game, I managed to get an MOAB on the map Dome, which surprised me, but I also got really defensive there too. Basically, we had the same team. They were rushing really hard. I mean, they wanted me dead, and we were letting the dog tags pile up in one area at one point, and it would rush. So I would lay down in the back and just kind of take them off one by one, and at one point I had 2 or 3 rush me at once, but I managed to survive, luckily. But right here you'll see is when I get the MOAB, I call it in. When you call in an MOAB, all it does is it kills the whole other team one time, and then there's an EMP that lasts for the rest of the game. This should help you out if you're going for a second MOAB, but taking in the fact that I was playing kill confirmed, I didn't have enough time to go for a second one because I played extremely defensively to get my first MOAB. I wasn't doing big on rushers. Now, I'm pretty sure that if you go out and rush, it'll be a whole lot easier because I started picking up the pace near the end, and you'll see I'm dying many times. After I got my first MOAB, I got knifed. Then I tried to rush, and I ended up getting shot. But luckily, I managed to keep my kill death high, and I got MOAB, and I mean, I was really happy when I pulled this off. I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but the second it came and I flipped that switch, it was pretty cool. But I mean, it's all on gun skill. If you want to do this, try to do it on gun skill. I really suggest going with the specialist, but I would love to be able to do it with like an assault or support class. Like, if anything, just run an assault class without kill streaks at all. Just to have it on, just to see if you can get it. That way you don't get those extra perks. You're running only 3 perks. Your weapon, your pistol, and you're ready to go. Or you can run support and run spy plane and counter spy plane. That way you can see where they're at, or you can stay hidden. This video is coming to a close. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to get out my second MOAB tomorrow. Other than that, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button, check out the description. Peace out.